Hey guys, welcome back to CMTEQ channel. Have you ever heard of the term reliability assessment in power system? Well, if you haven't, in this tutorial I'm going to take you through a few steps on how to conduct a simple reliability assessment using DigSILENT PowerFactory. The term reliability assessment, or RA in short, in power system is basically the process of evaluating the power flow, as you can see here, how consistently and continuously electricity or electrical energy can be delivered to these loads here, load 1 and load 2, basically coming from these synchronous machine or your external grid. In that assessment, basically a power system engineers or network operators, should I say, they basically will identify weak points on the system, on the network, and then they will estimate the likelihoods of impact of outages on this network. For instance, here I can see that this synchronous machine is overloaded, just like this one is also overloaded. This line is running at 37%. This line is running at 39.5%. Now, based on these, we can assess the likelihood of a fault happening in one of these elements. But obviously, you can make a probability. But using DigSILENT PowerFactory, you can run a reliability assessment to basically determine the likelihood of outages and plan improvement of the weak points to basically improve the service quality. So that's basically what it means for reliability assessment in power system. But how then do you achieve a successful analysis of your power system network and table out a report, a sound report in terms of the reliability assessment of your network? So that's what we're going to briefly see here in DigSILENT PowerFactory. So if this is the first time you're tuning into CMTEQ channel, please hit the subscribe button and give this tutorial a thumbs up if you found it useful. Great. Now, without any further ado, let's get started. So let's go ahead and stop these load flow analysis. And in order for us to run a reliability assessment, obviously you need to enable the reliability tools here, reliability analysis. Now, this is the button that we need to hit to run a reliability assessment, but I've already done lots of configuration here. I'm just going to show you quickly what we're going to achieve, the end result here. So when I hit on execute basic simple reliability assessment, and we're going to see already on our result block here the variable that we are mostly interested, the important metrics for us. But now, if you pull the report here, this is what you're going to see, the system summary. Now, let me quickly remind you that the key objectives of running a reliability assessment, as I've already just now defined, is to basically identify critical component that failure can cause outages. We don't want outages, we don't want load shedding. Okay, then we need to estimate the frequency and duration of the outage if those outage happen. Okay, then we need to quantify the impact using standard, and this is basically the outage impact on the customers. Okay, and finally we can also simulate the restoration actions like switching your network back online after the outage, after the repair is completed. But now, the key metrics when running the reliability analysis, as based on the output data here, because I've already configured this network to basically achieve a simple reliability assessment. So these are the metrics that we are mostly interested. The parameters that we are mostly interested are the system average interruption, basically frequency index, as well as the customer average interruptions, frequency index, and the system average interruption duration index, as well as for the customer. Then we are also interested on the energy not supplied. That's a very important metric. Okay, while there is outages, okay, during the time of outages. Maybe there is a transformer, there is a line, and depending of how long the system will stay offline, okay, how much energy will not be supplied. This is the metric, okay, ENS. So right now here there is about 84 megawatt hour, okay, per annum, okay, that will not be supplied to the customer based on the reliability data that I've entered in this network. So if you've got data for your particular network, you can enter them here and it will give you this report here. But now, to show you how you can get to this simple report here, I'm going to show you guys a very simple example of how to run this reliability assessment. Great. So to do that, let's go ahead and close this current project. So we're going to go to data manager and we're going to close a 3-bus system basically by deactivating the project, and we will activate a simple reliability assessment network. Okay, and there we go. We've got our network here. This is a very simple network here. So if we run a load flow analysis of this network here, great stuff. So this is what we've got here. Okay, so we just have two synchronous generator, and we've got one load 2 and load 1, and we basically have a line. It's a very similar network, but this is very simple for us to just exercise simple reliability assessment. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, if I run a reliability assessment here and execute, it will execute, but what will happen here, I'm not going to get any metrics, any data for my reliability report. Okay, and when I open the report down here, you can see that all my key metrics here is basically 0, and you can also see that the energy that will not be supplied during outage is also 0 megawatt hour. So that basically means there are no data yet on my system. Where do you get the data? The reliability assessment data, you obviously going to get it from power system, network, technicians, operators, administrators, those who basically run the network. They're going to tell you exactly when do they often repair certain equipment, transformers or line, or maybe during some windy season, winter season, rainy season, what kind of issue usually occur on the network. They will give you that kind of data and you're going to enter them. But now, before you run a reliability assessment, you have to ensure that you've got your feeders are basically defined. If your feeders are not defined, you're going to get an output error here that will show that you need to define the feeders in which you need to calculate or have a control for your reliability assessment. So to add a feeder for your reliability analysis, just right click on any one of your feeders and you just going to say define feeder for reliability analysis. Obviously you're going to see this option here, and you can see that the bus bar here have already been added for this feeder. If it haven't been added, you need to click on it so that you can select the bus bar that need to be added. And you can also click here if your feeders are running radially. Okay, so if your feeders are running radially, then you need to tick the box to say that the feeders are running radially, and you can basically do the same thing on all your feeders to ensure that you get correct reporting calculation for your reliability analysis. Great stuff. Now, once you've got your feeders all selected for reliability analysis, the next step is to obviously enter the reliability assessment data so that we can run the model that DigSILENT PowerFactory, at least version 15.1, uses, is the stochastic model to basically run a probability of how things are going to happen based on the data that you input. So we're going to start quickly here by the transformer, edit, basic data, then we're going to go to reliability, and here obviously if you select ideal component, that means it never fail, okay? But we want to run an assessment here, reliability assessment, so real world stuff. So we're going to click on new project type, and these are the transformer failure data. Now they are also earth data here, but we're just going to focus for now for basics data for transformer failures. These data basically going to be used by the stochastic model to run that probability for us. Now the typical data, if you do not have them, typical data for transformers failures is usually every 10 years it will fail, once every 10 years or once every 50 years. But now if we want to, let's say for once every 10 years, we basically going to enter 0.1, because if you take 0.1, you take 1, you divide it by 0.1, it's going to give you 10. That basically means this transformer is failing once every 10 years. If you change it to 0.2, and that will now change to 50 years. So that basically this transformer is only failing once every 50 years. That's a very good transformer. So for now, let's just say we're getting these transformers manufactured by you know who. So we're going to say 0.1 for once every 10 years a transformer is failing. But then we also need to say the repair duration. Obviously, once a transformer fails, if there are no fires in the substation, the circuit breaker were able to clear the fault, the transformer didn't explode, it just fell beautifully. So it basically means it's just a matter of coming in, replacing the transformer, and we are assuming that the transformer is already in the warehouse just waiting to be replaced. So let's say the warehouse is not too far and the technician will move in so fast, and we can say within 8 hours that transformer can be replaced. And you can see that once we enter the 8 hour, already the outage expectancy has been changed to 0.8 hour per annum. Okay, then we just say okay, and you can see we got some basic data already calculated here, and we say okay. Then we move in. You can also do it for bus bars, right? Anything that can fail needs some reliability data as well. Now we're going to do for this line here, we're gonna edit the line, reliability, project, new, and here we got some information here already for this line here. Now typically for overhead line, it's usually between 2 to 10 years. Okay, so let's go ahead and say 2. Okay, so we're going to say 0.5. That basically means our line here is failing once every 2 years. We must replace the overhead line. Maybe there is a storm or anything of that nature, and it will take about let's say 12 hours to basically replace that line. Okay, if you don't have data, you can just enter any data that you want. Transient fault frequency. Now this is another parameter here. We're going just to leave that open for now, and we say okay. Then you need to enter some information also for your load. With this here already, we can run the reliability assessment, but we've got 2 loads here. Okay, now these loads can be industrial, domestic, and all sort of loads. So we're going to click on the load and we're gonna edit. We come on reliability here. Now there is a load classification. Let's say this is an industrial load. Okay, and we say the number of connected load, it doesn't really changes anything, but it's just good for the report. Let's say we got 4 connected customers on this line. Okay, and the priority here, we say priority 2, contracted active power, we leave it like that. And the shading steps, so this is basically how much power you can take from this load to supply to another load. Basically from this feeder that these loads are connected, how much you can take from them to supply to another load. Now let's say we say 3, and then we add a 30% there right? And let's just change this to 5, okay? Then automatically it will calculate the 20% based on the steps shading of 5. That will be transferred to another load, and we're going to say okay. Then we come to this load here as well. We're gonna do a similar thing, but this one here we're gonna change a priority to 1, and we're gonna say there are 2 customers connected there, and here we're gonna say 3 and let's say 40%. I'm just making up some data here, okay? So if you've got data, you can obviously add them onto your system. This is domestic data, domestic load. So we say okay. Now, by the way, just a quick reminder here, if you find this tutorial useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That will be highly appreciated. And also, if you'd like to receive specialized assistance from CMTEQ channel, you are more than welcome to join the CMTEQ high voltage tier membership or the high and low voltage tier. That way you're going to be able to make requests and contact me personally for assistance. I thank you so very much. Now we can go ahead and run the simple reliability assessment for this load. Execute. Okay, now you can see that we've got some information already being displayed for this load here and this load as well. You can see our metrics here are being displayed. Now if you want to display the matrix name, you know what to do. Just click on it and say show, and also click on equal, and then you can say okay, right? Then adapt width, and it will show you the metric. You can do the same thing here as well. Just equal to basically show your metric. And all these metrics, they are very, very, very important for your reliability assessment. And you can see that we have nothing running for the generators, the synchronous machine, because we're just interested here for the transformers, the lines, and the load. Now let's go ahead and look at the result. Okay, where is our result? Way down. There we go. So we've got our result. The system average interruption frequency index is 0.266. The customer average is basically the same value, and the critical parameter energy not supplied. Energy not supplied here is about 81.2 megawatt hour. Now we've got all the parameters that whatever you want on your report, the critical metrics that your clients, right? You are the power system operator, the network distributor. So your stakeholders are interested in these critical metrics. So you can pick and choose and give them the verdict, basically what you get from the assessment.